Hello everyone, and welcome to another episode of Analyzing Today's UFO Clips, episode 11. My name is Jesse, and in this series we'll be analyzing UFO clips found on the internet with today's leading industry software. Our first video comes to us from Montreal International Airport, and it's said to have been taken on March 30th, 2021. Let's go ahead and take a look at the whole clip because it's pretty short. This recording seems to accidentally capture strange green lights first appearing and then flying over the airport. And some might say, yeah, of course there's lights flying over the airport because of the air traffic. But the difference between these lights and plane lights are the fact that these lights start as one large light and then splits into three lights. We also can't see any FAA lights on them. Then stranger still, the flight motion seems to pause, then actually go backwards for a bit before the video ends. And as with most UFO videos, I'm not sure why the person stops recording, but that's certainly the case with many of these videos. This is truly a strange video, and at first I thought for sure that it was probably spotlights coming from the ground. But let's go ahead and look at that. Here are some spotlights in the sky. Notice the pattern and movement, also how faint they are. So are spotlights always faint? No, they can be quite bright actually. But well, those seem to be created by a much stronger source, which is normally identified by a beam of light coming from the ground, like in this video. Also notice the pattern of movement in this video as well. So are these videos of spotlights the same thing as this? I would say no. What do you think though? Please leave your comments down below, and let's go to our next video. But first, if you haven't done so yet, please hit that like and subscribe button so you don't miss any of these episodes. Okay, so up next, we're going to be looking at an infrared video of two UFOs that I don't have much information on. And it's one of those videos where I don't know if what I'm seeing is real, but it's worth a watch. So let's take a look.
Some fucking flying saucers right there, man. Yeah. That's real shit right there. There's one like right there, and there's one over there or right there somewhere, see? It pops up and it goes away. Now it's way over there. I'm just sitting there. They're not anywhere else in the sky. This is some trippy shit, man. There's two of them there, but the other one keeps taking off somewhere.
As you can see through the video's infrared camera, there seem to be two disc-like shapes in the sky. One stays completely stationary, and another seems to be appearing and reappearing in different locations. Something that I like about this video is the movement or lack of the UFO that stands still. As the camera moves, the UFO seems to correspond its location in the viewfinder very well. So if this is a fake, it's pretty well done. Now, if it's a completely real video, then how do we know these aren't objects caused by some sort of recording error? Well, I would say that's actually possible because of the disc that seems to be teleporting around the scene. But when it comes to the stationary disc, it has me thinking that there's actually something there, because as the camera moves, you would expect there to be movement in the stationary object. So it has me thinking that whatever is in the shot is actually there, if it's a real video. So let's zoom into these supposed UFOs. As you can see here, they seem to be totally circular. But is there anything we can analyze? Well, let's go ahead and zoom in. And well, it's a dark image. But here are three stills from the video, and they all seem to be consistent in one thing. At the bottom of the craft, there seems to be a section that protrudes, like in many other UFO interpretations. Here it is highlighted. What do you think? Is this video real? Is it fake? Leave your comments down below. Lastly, I wanted to share with you this clip because I ran into it after many years of not seeing it, and I think it's an excellent clip. It's less than 2 minutes long and really worth the watch. So let's take a look and discuss afterwards.
This is no ordinary sighting of an unidentified flying object. These pictures, taken over a 6-month period in Gulf Breeze, Florida, are the most spectacular evidence of UFOs ever gathered. While some say the photos are fakes, that would not explain the fact that more than 20 people have reported seeing these objects on the very same nights. Charles Summerby describes what he saw in the skies.
No sound, there was no veering, it was a straight course, and halfway out over the bay, and so I've never seen anything like that. There were portholes. We saw portholes of light coming out of the portholes.
The man who took these pictures insists on remaining anonymous, so we'll call him Jim. We had a narrator read a transcript of our interview. Jim says his most threatening encounter with the UFOs occurred on this road. He says an object swooped over his car and sent out a beam of light.
And it came through the windshield, hit my exposed arms, and turned my skin to like it was asleep, but even worse. And then you don't have any feeling at all. I proceeded to panic.
Forced off the road, Jim fumbled with the camera, managing to snap this one dramatic picture. A noted optical physicist calculated the object was hovering about 3 feet off the ground. Photography experts say such a picture would be virtually impossible to fake.
Shooting out of the windshield of the car, through the windshield of the car, and being able to reproduce this object down the road, reflecting on the surface of the road, I feel would be very difficult to do.
But not everyone buys that argument. The mayor of Gulf Breeze is convinced the UFO reports are an elaborate hoax that are damaging to the image of his city.
I want to go on record as the mayor and express to all the population viewing this telecast that we...
This is the type of clip where you ask yourself, what did those older folk really have to gain by making this up? If you look at their expressions and mannerisms, they really do look like they're recalling something they witnessed. And they even have proof in the form of photographs, and not digital photographs, but old school 35mm film photographs. This is one of those really cool stories you at least have to entertain. Plus, let's take a look at this craft. It's not your typical craft, and you have to ask yourself, how many different type of UFOs or different type of species of aliens are visiting us? Are they time travelers? Are they interdimensional beings? Do they come from a multitude and maybe an impossible to understand source? It's the type of thing that keeps me interested in this subject. Towards the end of the video, you have the mayor, your typical self-serving politician that just wants the whole thing to go away. Kind of reminds me of the Phoenix Lights situation, where the mayor did something similar, but that's for another video. You know, I dream about the day when we'll find out what this is all about. But for now, that'll do it for this episode. Please like and subscribe so you don't miss any of these videos. And until next time, let's keep searching for the truth, because we love the UFOs. Till next time.